All right, is it me or is it hit era? We talking bad boys, you guys. Episode, y'all gonna know the number of the episode. Okay, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think down below. Now the episode starts off. Everybody still is shocked that Pootie's jaw is either dislocated, broke, fracture, whatever you want to call it. And this is when Paris leaps over and ends up fighting Banger. Now, for the most part, it didn't really to me look like a fight. It looked like a struggle. Like they were sort of like pulling each other a little bit. So it didn't look like a big like fight, quote unquote. Now I will say Paris kind of irritates me because all that hooting and hollering. What you doing all that hooting and hollering for? Like, girl, shut up. Like I like that hooting and hollering, I could really do it out like this. My heart broke. My heart. I'm like, okay, one minute he's Lunel, the next minute he DMX. Like it turns to a woman and then a man. It just like it blows me. It gives Lunel in the confessionals when he's getting angry. It gives straight DMX. Like it's just I be getting confused, Paris. But no, for real though, I just cannot stand Paris screaming up like that because we don't notice him until he's screaming. So there's that. But apparently, when he was coming from the shoulders, he literally came out of his shoulders and he done come out of his shoulders. He popped the bone out, the bone sticking out. So at this point, he goes outside to wait for medical, right? Meanwhile, Shotty is in the living room and he's feeling the waves because now he got a banger on his side. So he started barking like a dog, barking like a dog, but barking like a dog. He was really doing it, trying to say, I guess, like the wolf pack. So he's like, woo, woo, woo. He keeps, you know how they used to do on Beggars Club Miami when they had the when they had the wolf pack, then they used to be like, whoa, whoa, right? So he's screaming, he's like, whoa, whoa, he's woof, 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 woof. Next thing you know, Jada said, boop, boop, boop. I thought Bang was gonna jump in. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that Banger let them run their ones, I was very shocked because I really thought he was gonna jump in because they've been jumping Shotty this season. So it would only be fair if he jumped in and jumped Jada, but I don't know if it's because he don't dislike Jada as much as some of the other boys, but he kind of let Jada get on Shotty, and literally all the blinds like literally went down, right? And then we see outside Jada and CS go and check on Paris. Now, one thing I noticed, CS, stop trying to make your voice sound deep. Oh, like the bad boys over there. Nigga, please. Because when you be on live, you be like, I'm not even like, please. Am I the only one that noticed that? Says be trying to make his voice deeper so he could like appear more masculine. Cause y'all remember when he's filming the show, it was given like, pretend DL trade. So it's like he tries to make his voice like super, super deep and it throws me off. I'm like, why are you talking like that? Did y'all notice that? Or maybe it's just me. All right. And then after that happens, Jada funny. Jada's like, I ain't gonna lie, friend. You gonna have to go home and get some milk because what was that? And also, when you go to the hospital, make sure they don't put you under because they're gonna try to take your organs. That was funny. Jada's a lot funnier than I thought from the beginning of the season. I thought he was gonna annoy me the whole time. I be getting a lot of keys out of him. He actually really is funny. So Corey comes out, he say hi to Bang or whatever, and he gets closer to Lynx. Lynx trying to fight him. Lynx is getting on my nerves. Like the whole season, you just been bothering Corey. That boy don't even bother you like that. He's injured. You're injured. Just stop. Okay, your salamander looking self is so irritating sometimes. Like he's like, oh, he get any closer, I'ma hit him. I'ma hit him, Banger. I'ma hit him. Okay, and really, Banger came in there being Big Mama Don because he was like, no, you not. Okay, because your elder bad boy is here. Okay, you're not gonna hit him when I'm here. Okay, so back up. Hi, Corey. Like, Lynx is really starting to get irritating. Like, okay, we get it. Like, what's even y'all beef? I even forgot. No shade. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I really forgot. It happened at the beginning of the season. Like, it came because of the whole bus thing and like when it was outside and all that. Like, it's never that deep. Like, I'm sorry. It gives like he wants to make sure that we're not forgetting about him storyline wise because there's so much going on with Banger coming in that house. Like he wants to make sure that he's not forgotten about. Right. So the other side is checking on Pootie. And Landon's like, oh my God, like I'm praying that his jaw is not broken or whatever. And this is why a lot of people are calling Landon a Punani cat, is because Let it have been on Not As TV, and one of them Not As TV boys had did that to Pootie, he would have been on that like immediately. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's because he feels like he's in another territory. Banger just kind of crack his jaw. He didn't want the same thing to happen to him, but it did give a little picking and choosing because had it been anybody else in any other situation, he immediately would have did something. He would have threw something at the least. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that's why a lot of people are calling Landon out about that whole situation. So Island Boy at this point is freaking out. He's like, my God, when I tell you I'm going to get that bitch, when it comes to my friend, oh my God, I don't play when it comes to my friend. I'm going to get that banger. Okay? So everybody pacing or whatever, that's on the other side, Jada and all them, they're like, oh my God, I really think his is broken. Here come Landon. He start crashing on the camera people. I don't like that. I can't stand when people do that. That cameraman ain't did nothing to you but doing his job. And Pootie jaw broken, not yours. I don't know if Landon's embarrassed that it looks like he's like not getting it in with Banger, so he doesn't want to look like a cat on camera or what, but that was a little too much for me. Like you out here talking about, I slapped out of you. Get out of my face. Like, please. What that's not Banger. The cameraman ain't do a ass thing to none of y'all. And if anything, he was filming the whole scene. He wasn't just straight in Landon face or something like that. Like he was filming all of y'all. So if anything, Pootie should be the one that's saying, get out of my face, not you. So that little irritated me a little bit. Like I can't stand when people do that on reality TV. Like, ugh. So then they end up showing CS. He's walking up. I think he was talking to Corey. He was like, oh, you got my lighter. He's walking up in like John's direction because John was sitting next to Corey, right? By the way, side note, Banger was eating a pineapple with his bare teeth. It looked like through hopefully he wasn't, because at the point he was biting it, it didn't look like the skin was on that side. But I wouldn't put it past him to even bite through the skin. The nigga's an animal. I mean, my God. Like I said in my last recap, nigga, you got it. Straight up. I just can't. Y'all gotta remember, at one point he got popped. So he eat like extra healthy. All right. I remember asking him now in the interview. He ended up getting popped. And after he got popped, he was like exercising, eating super healthy. That's why he ended up looking the way that he did and all that. So it's like it doesn't surprise me, but then again, it's surprising to see because I've never seen a nigga eat like a pineapple, his bare teeth like that whole. You feel me? Unless they in Bikini Bottom somewhere on the SpongeBob show. So that was the first. Anyways, Seth is standing there and he's asking Corey stuff for the lighter. And John, like, oh, you walking up on me knowing that you snuck me. At this point, I really do feel like one of them have like some sort of like a crush on each other. I don't care. Like, you want to know why? CSB like low key smiling and giggling. I don't know if it's because he's getting a rise out of John or he kind of like John. It's one or the other. Straight up. It's one or the other. Like he liked John touching on him. Like he want to feel John. Straight up. It just does not make sense to me. Because why are y'all continually arguing over what? Child, at one point, Seth is like, okay, so what you want to do or whatever? Leave me alone. So John like walk off, I won't hit you. So he's about to walk off. So they like, oh, you finna walk off? You gonna let him tell you to walk off? So he walked up to him where he like, I've been getting into it with him the whole time. So then John started getting him. At this point, he trying to knock Seth's head off. They start getting into whatever, beep, beep, beep. Of course, John to me usually takes the W. This is why we're kind of sick of them two going at it. Like, really. You know what the problem is? I feel like they should have sent some of the injured reserve people home and brought in new people. Like, I like Corey. I think Corey's funny as heck, but they should have sent him home like like an episode or two ago and brought in a new boy. I'm not talking about even an OG, but like a new boy. And then they should have did the same thing with Lynx. Like, and this is why BGC used to be so good because when you used to be like injured for real, they would consider you liability. It would make the season more interesting because they would bring in new people and it would change the dynamics and stuff instead of keeping the same old people. But the way Zeus is, they be paying the cast so much money that it's like they don't even want to. waste the investment and send them packing without getting a full money's worth out of them. That's how I see it, to be honest. So they getting into it afterwards. CS like low key smirking. Didn't I tell y'all? CS low key like the fact John be touching on him. He don't even care if it's he getting beat on. Like he be smirking and all that. Like when he arguing with John, like he loved to get like a little thrill out of it. So then here come Island Boy. He's like, oh, okay, banger, okay, we're gonna handle our issue. So Banger's like, let's talk or something like that to that effect. That damn Island Boy hop over and start beat, beat, beat. I will say he won against Banger. I will say that. Now, this is what's making Landon look bad because y'all saw how Island Boy wasn't scared to get him, but Landon was. I wouldn't say. I mean, if you want to call it scared, we're gonna call it scared. But Landon did not get his lick back for his boyfriend sooner than uh Island Boy did for his friend. So Island Boy really is a true friend to Pootie. I don't care what nobody says. I know he was telling Landon about John and him flirting, but that was his observation. Like he saw John looked like he wanted, Pootie's Pootie. You know what I'm saying? So he was just putting his other friend on. But he's a true friend because he immediately got that lick back for you, Pootie. Okay. So it was for him too, don't get me wrong. But still more than Landon did. Okay. So John and Says just keep going back and forth. Yeah, I'm so sick of them arguing. John at one point gonna dig in his ear and then smell it. Y'all act like y'all never did that, but we had no cameras in our faces. You nasties. John, you gotta be careful what you're doing, babes. You're not at home. You're not at home. Okay. Them arguing is just to me so redundant. And they're literally arguing about the same thing every episode they get on it. And I don't think it's one person's fault because you'll have one episode, John will do something to him. Another episode, Cess will do something to him. Another episode, John will do something to him. Another episode, Cess will do something to him. Like, once again, Sis loves John touching on him. Not only that, arguing with him. He love it. Now I will say, Sis had a good argument because I don't care what nobody say. This is why I don't feel like John should return next season. Don't get mad at me saying that now. But the reason why I feel like John should return next season is because I feel like when it came to Love Cabin, he was like straight bully mode. And the one show that you really supposed to be straight bully mode, he's like playing the background a little bit, in my opinion. I don't care what nobody say. I do feel like he is being the peacemaker and the facilitator this season. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like he's doing it in a strategic way, so he's not out here running phase left and right. Sorry. I like John too. Like I don't mind him. Like I don't feel like he's annoying or anything like that. But it's like I do see the strategy that he's doing this season. And he's being very strategic about who he's getting into it with, who he's aligning himself with. And he was not doing that on Love Cabin. I know it was a different concept, but on Love Cabin, anybody could have got it. Let's keep it a buck. Anybody. I'm talking about Thanos, freaking the light skinned boy. Like he was gonna squabble with anybody. He didn't care who it was. But on this show, it's not the same energy. So I agree with what Say said because when Shotty was getting jumped outside, he said he was pulling people off. To me, it's one thing he was pulling people off, but he should have said something too. That's another thing too. I'm not saying he had to be out here swinging on folks, but it's like the fact that he didn't speak up and like, hey, y'all need to stop all that jumping stuff. He didn't even do that. That's why I don't feel like John should return next season because it's just like, he's like disappointing me a little bit. No shade this season. Like, I expected him to come on with that cocky stuff that he was on Love Cabin. That's what made him entertaining. All that cocky, that he was doing all that Love Cabin is I don't know what happened. He tapped into nurse mode this season. I don't know. So Island Boy's outside. He's like, I think I have to go to the hospital. Okay, my arm is out of socket. Me, I came from the shoulders. I'm just like Paris. I have to go. Okay. And then Jada like, babe, you gotta rest up, friend, okay? Because there's more niggas on the way. The punks is coming. So you gonna have to rest up, friend. You gonna have to drink extra milk, almond. Yeah. So Island Boy's like, okay. Like he was like, I'm gonna come back. So he ends up having to get some med care. Next thing you know, um, Banger trying to find his room. So he's like, hey, it's time for me to find my room. Next thing you know, Check goes in his own room, takes his bed, throws it over the banister. He throws it over the banister and puts it in the pool. because he says he saw visions and he thinks things were coming for him. Let me tell y'all, this man would have never passed the psych eval for any reality show because he clearly is still dealing with some trauma. This is why reality shows do psych evals from somebody who's done a few psych evals for shows. They do that on purpose. And y'all, I did not get casted because I failed it. No shade. I passed all of mine. Thank you. But that's why they do that in order to make sure that you're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But if Zeus were to start doing psych evals, they would have no cast straight up because half of them wouldn't pass it. Let's really keep it a buck. Okay, they just would not pass them psych evals. Like half the Bad Boys cast would not pass it. Okay, so he said he saw visions and stuff. That's why he threw it over the banister. So Banger started walking around the house with Shotty. He like, let's go find our mother room, bitch. So he started walking around. He like, this a big bed. This a master. I want this bed. It got like who's sitting here? Who's sleeping in here? Got about like 3, 4 people. Okay, cool. I want this bed. Okay. As Chinks, as I said, Chinks, as Chet to start throwing it out, Links go over there. He's like, wait, what are you doing? Why you throw your bet over the banister? Okay, so he's talking to Links. Check the stars, like, man, I'm like going through stuff, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm seeing things. I'm seeing visions. Okay, call me Raven, nigga. I'm Mrs. Baxter. So he's saying he's seeing things. He's getting visions. He's seeing dreams. So the cast starts checking on Check the Star, and he's like, "Oh, I start seeing things. Okay, no, I'm not like mentally ill, or I'm not trying to hurt myself. It's like, no, I'm trying to do something before because I seen it. It's given a producer told him that they might be coming after him next, and he started to crash out. Which, by the way, Banger, I hope you just as mad as you are with Check the Star as you do with everybody else, baby. Because in that confessional, I mean, in that scene, you was trying to help him and be nice. And he said, why do you care? Basically, mind your business, bitch. So I hope you just as mad as you are with him that you begin with everybody else, including me. Okay? Cause yeah, I'm just saying. I feel like because Banger done snapped on people for less. So I just know that he gonna get you at the reunion check the store. So you better be ready. I'm just saying, you best to be ready, cause yeah, he really was checking on him though. I'll give him that. Like, I don't think he was trying to be like funny or anything like that. And check the star was catching a little too. Like, girl, you damn near about to harm yourself. You throwing your bed over the banner, all this weird ass stuff. Like, I don't know. I just don't feel sympathy for people that go on these shows like that. It's like we all know what these shows are. No shade. And I talked about this um before. This season's concept is different than last season. Last season, they were on like it wasn't a tour, but they were making club appearances. So it's more so focused on the music, right? So like last season, they went from like club to club to club to club performing. They even made a track and all that. So it was very musically based. So it was really good for the boys because it was kind of like Baddies, the original, not Gone Wild. So it was able to promote their music. But this season is like Baddies Gone Wild. They kind of demoted the show, in my opinion. They made it like Baddies Gone Wild, where they just sitting in the house squabbling. So had they kept the original format, to where they stay in the same house. Don't get me wrong, but they're doing club appearances and they filmed it in the U.S. I think a lot more people would like the season because I do see some people complain about the season, even though I like the season. Some people still felt like it was not organic, quote unquote, but I feel like it would be more organic, quote unquote, if they did film in the U.S. and then they did club appearances and they made it a little focused on music too. It would have made the storyline stuff a lot more organic. That's what I think. So I don't know if Check the Star thought it was gonna be the same thing like last season, but babes, y'all out of the country. Y'all ain't gonna be doing no club appearances. No shade. Now, if y'all was in the US, then I'll feel a little bad because it'll be like, okay, he probably thought it was gonna be like last season because they fought last season, but it wasn't that much. And like, they was able to focus on like more their personality and all that, but that's not the case. So it's like that's why I don't feel that much sympathy for him. At one point, Landon went and called his mama, and he was like crying. He was very frustrated. And then later, he calls Autumn. Girl, I know that voice from anywhere, girl. She was saying the N word so much. I said, I know that's a Hispanic. No, nobody said the N word more than a Hispanic who think that they black. Okay, no shade. That Anna, I'm like, Anna, what you doing over there? And y'all notice it said Landon's friend. It did not say the friend name because usually the past few episodes, anytime somebody gets a call, they say who it is, like the name. Like if it was a Czech girlfriend or something, it was like her name was Jada, whatever the girl name was. If it was I think oh yeah, Jada called Sapphire. They said Sapphire. What's his Noel called his grandpa? It was like it said the name was the grandpa. With this, it just said friend. Child, that was Anna. You know, Lemmy don't really mess with her, so he didn't put her name. Which I don't know why, because y'all use her voice because she agreed to it. But yeah, I just found it funny because you could just hear it's Anna. I'm like, girl, hi Anna. She like, you gotta that up, okay? You gotta get him. You gotta get him. At this point, Island Boy got to go to the hospital, okay, because he has to fix the arm. Because at this point, it's very much injured. Okay, so with that, he has to get it go fixed and call it a day when it comes to that. All right. So Paris comes back, and Paris, y'all, his arm is in a whole sling. Okay, slinged up, and he's saying that he is out of commission. I'm guessing for the rest of the season. He injured reserve because he really came from the shoulders. Okay, literally came out the bones of the shoulders. All right. The episode kind of ends with him kind of doing like a dramatic walk off. Does that mean he goes home? Because that would be nice. No shade. No shade to Paris. But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like when it comes to the injuries, when they're so severe that for most of the season they can't continue, they do need to be sent home. No shade. That's how the original reality shows used to do. And I feel like they need to keep that same theme going. Okay. Anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think down below about this episode. And we are babies. Welcome to the house of entertainers.